Are you lonely?
Sometimes.
Sometimes. So tell me more.
It's just different aspects of life, isn't it? Like friendships. Obviously, you're not lonely because you have a lot. If you have a lot of friends, but friendships aren't 24/7. You don't feel connected 24/7 rather than a relationship. It's more intimate, it's one-on-one. Like but so some aspects of life when you don't have your friends around.
Yes.
You're like craving like the intimacy.
Yes.
It's very different. So you can I would feel lonely without that intimacy. After a long period of time, not
Having it.
intimacy or that feeling.
I understand it. I understand. Sometimes with people doesn't mean it's an intimate relationship. It doesn't mean connections,
Yeah, some things are just surface level. Some relationships.
Yeah.
Than deep connections that you would have in a relationship.
True. Sometimes the loneliest moment we have is the time we are with people because we are not connected to them.
You feel very ostracized in a group sometimes, I suppose, which can make you feel lonely. It depends on your social capacity.
Yes.
Your willingness to get involved.
No, totally.
Yeah.
Totally. So as a guy, do you think it's hard to tell people you are lonely because there's a social stigma to it, What do you think?
Myself, I'm not very, I don't really feed into that masculinity, like that, like the stigma of like, oh, you can't talk about your emotions, you can't, like the average guy mentality. I don't really feed into that, and I'm more happy to just be myself and express myself how I want to.
Right.
Express myself. But for a long time before I had the confidence to do that, I was not as open with my emotions or, accepting that, oh, I'm lonely, you wouldn't really go around saying that, especially to other men. You never know how open with their emotions they're going to be, if they're going to be like that stereotypical masculine type.
Right.
But myself, currently, I'm very free and open to talk about my
that's
emotions
good.
and things.
That's great. I actually think the most masculine things you can do is to open up your emotions.
It's just what's drilled into you. Like, it depends heavily on your parents and like how in the social environment that you're brought up with.
Yes.
It wasn't so bad for me.
Yes.
So I eventually came to the point where I was like, okay, I can. But it has been difficult before.
Oh, that's
It's
good.
all about confidence and growing and knowing who you are. Which
Yes.
is just an aspect of life.
I'm proud of you to open up your emotions, okay? How about you too? Tell me more about you. How you feel? Are you lonely?
Sometimes, friendship-wise, no, not as much because we live together, we're best friends, and we do everything together at university and stuff like that. But relationship-wise, I'm in like a medium-distance relationship, so sometimes it can go from like having them 100%, and then sometimes it's like down to like 10-20%, and it's like having that quick change. To adapt to that. Like sometimes you're just like in bed and you just like kind of wish that they could have that comfort there with them, but they can't because they're away. So I think in that aspect, but I definitely think it's worth it because if you do it for the person you love, then that's what it is.
Yeah. Do you think the distance makes your heart like fonder? Like, is it true or?
No, it can be true. It's like, some days I'll just like tell myself that the next day is quicker. Like quicker the day in my head, so the distance and the time doesn't seem as much. I like trick myself into it.
You appreciate things when you have to wait.
So much. Like the minute I get back from this trip, I'm going to be straight to like, when can you come over? Like and like I just enjoy the quality time. If that's just an hour, then I'll take it.
Oh, yeah. Sometimes you cherish the time you have more, yeah. So it's quality versus like quantity. Yes, great. How about you?
I don't think I'm lonely. As you said, there are lonely moments.
Uh-huh.
As you said, like being best friends and university students, I guess we have each other, we live together, but it's also so nice being the social aspects of other friends, just, going to the pub or just going to uni in general. I love having that social aspects and coming down to my relationship. So I'm in a shorter distance relationship, you know, about 15 minutes from where I live, so we do have the time to see each other, but we do have both busy schedules, so it's fitting that in and enjoying the quality while you have it. So I don't think I am a lonely person, but as I said, there are sometimes lonely moments in that sense.
Yes, we all do feel that. We all feel lonely sometimes, but we just don't feel it at the same time, you know. So
Feel in different ways.
yes. So where are you guys from?
England.
Oh, okay. Compared to England, do you think New York City give you a high sense of loneliness?
I think it's very busy.
Uh-huh.
Very
Yeah.
busy moments, you know, when you're just we're in Times Square early and there's always people around and there's always people willingness to talk to you.
Yeah, like we've had
Yeah,
people
we've
just
had
strike
lots
up
today,
conversations.
yeah.
But I will say that there's less little moments like in the UK. People will be like, "Oh, thank you," like manners and stuff. Like,
Yeah,
obviously
yeah.
that's not fully social, but it's more. It makes you feel more interconnected.
And
appreciate
you've
part of
done
community.
something and stuff like there's a massive sense of community in the UK compared to here.
But
it's not
obviously,
that,
we don't live here, so
We don't
we
live here.
wouldn't be. But you still feel it, like you feel the social aspects of life when you go and visit different places. It really
Yeah.
depends on the places.
Yes,
But
yes.
it is. Yeah.
Yes.
It's an odd one.
Yes. So, what do you do whenever you feel lonely?
I normally just go in her room and annoy her. I
Ah.
call my friends, FaceTime with being a university student. I'm from a different city from where I actually live.
Uh-huh.
I miss my home friends. I often either FaceTime them, give them a text or a call, or I plan my next trip home to see them.
Uh-huh.
Same with my family and stuff like that. So that's kind of what I do.
Uh-huh.
Or I just kind of embrace it and embrace that alone time.
Oh.
Yeah, I sometimes like having alone time and being by myself. So friends will kind of move them in.
Yes.
Getting friends together, going to the pub,
Uh-huh.
getting out the house. Sometimes things in the house, they can feel like quite trapped and closed doors.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
I like to get out and
I don't like
like
being
do
in the
things with people. And if I can't, if I can just like call them and talk to them. I'm a very like social talky person, so just yapping away makes me feel a lot better.
Oh.
Make plans.
She doesn't stop talking. She comes to me and talks at me when I'm going to sleep.
At least you guys have someone to talk to, you know, that's
Yeah,
good.
we always
Yeah, you guys can lean on each other, you know. That's amazing. That's amazing. So, is there anything you can suggest my viewers what they can do if they feel lonely?
I think just reaching out to family and friends, you know, if you have that connection with people, reach out to them. There's no harm in doing it, and you know,
Don't feel bad that you feel lonely.
no, it's
Yes.
It's a completely normal thing. Everyone has emotions.
It's good to feel it.
No
Really,
matter what
sometimes.
emotions you're feeling, they're always completely valid. So just speak
100%.
to people and do what you think feels best for you. 'Cause
Yeah.
That's all you can do.
And talk about it. Don't
don't just shut it out.
shut it out.
Yeah.
Especially,
Because it just
you know,
builds
from
up and
this
it's not
perspective,
nice.
it's building up those negative emotions only makes you feel less in touch with yourself and less in touch with reality. And it
Yes.
can really like stunt your life. Like
Yeah.
it can put a pause on everything, and you can't enjoy life if you're building up such negative emotions over time.
Yeah, it builds towards mental health as well.
Yeah.
I think from someone who struggled a lot with mental health in the past, I think the loneliness side of things was the worst, especially through COVID and everything like that. I think it really plays on my mental health. So what I did was I reached out to friends and family, and even when during COVID, when I couldn't see them, it's like try and do something and talk and reach out and all that things. It just makes you feel better.
The
Yes.
most important aspect, the
Yes.
most important thing is to surround yourself with the right people.
Yes.
that you
Exactly.
can
Uh-huh.
talk, or you don't feel as lonely, because if they don't try or they don't care as much, you would feel more.
Lonelier, yeah. So safe place. You need to find a safe place.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Safe place in a person,
Yeah.
but don't put everything on that
No.
person.
Not always. As long as a few people.
You need
right,
to
you
enjoy
know.
yourself
I think,
and
like,
be in touch with yourself.
If people in your life aren't adding to your life, you don't need them in your
Yeah.
life.
Yeah. I agree with you. And I go back to your point. You say we sometimes need loneliness. In a way, I think it's true. I think
Yeah.
it's true because, like artists, they embracing loneliness. Sometimes you can, do some good art. So in a way, it's not a bad thing. So we just we need to learn not to put a negative, as you say, put a negative stigma to loneliness. There's a whole reason about this channel. Yes. Thank you so much for your time. And what's your name?
Thank you.
Evie.
And you?
Chelsea.
And you? Thank you. Bye.